name is Holger. I'm here for moremetal.com and Pitcamp TV Productions, and these guys are Dragan and Nicke from Backyard Babies, and I met them at the Ramones Museum in Berlin, and we're gonna talk about the new box package that is coming up. Why don't you start to talk about what you can expect from this package that is coming?
Well, I mean, first of all, I've always been a big fan of what do you call them, like coffee table books, whatever, and we knew that our 20 years anniversary is coming up, and we were thinking of before to release something like a photo book or something of the Backyard Babies, and then we've been also thinking about, you know, we've recorded tons of B-sides and stuff, you know, stuff that never really came out, B-sides on singles and, you know, tribute albums and all that. And then we just, you know, said that let's put everything into one piece. So it's kind of like a box / coffee table book, CDs, DVD documentary, 1.5 hour, all the videos. It's bang, boom, the whole Backyard Babies in 20 years in one box.
And there's gonna be 3 audio CDs inside, 1 DVD, is that correct? Mm-hmm. And the music we can expect is crossover from the last 6 CDs?
Well, yeah, it's basically, it's music from all our studio albums, but then, as Dragan said, it's focused on all the rare B-sides, not even released materials, you know. I think that we talked about that we might have forgot one song somewhere, but other than that, it's basically as much as we could find together in this big thing, you know. Which
like
is more as you said box, and then Dragan said, but it's a real book.
Yeah.
Box with CDs as well, you know. So you put the focus on the book, I think, because it's like it's massive. It's 120 pages of great photos.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any resonance already from the side of fans? Are they already crazy about getting it?
No, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, the release date down here is like January, I think, right? Or,
yeah, it is, yeah.
So, well, I guess that, you know, it's a great, I mean, it works in 2 ways, I think, because, you know, 3 CDs, one like best of CD, and then all the B-sides. The best of CD can be for, you know, even new Backyard Babies, you know, maybe up-and-coming fans, you know. So it's a good thing for the hardcore Backyard Babies fans to have the box, but it's not going to be that expensive either. I think it's going to be around 30-35 euros in the store, so it's not, you know,
acceptable.
So it's acceptable even for, you know, people that are interested in. And I mean, I think that, you know, if you're into the whole thing of rock and roll music and you're a music fan, I think that, you know, everybody should own this piece of box, because it's a little piece of, you know, music history in a way, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's also a little bit more than just music. It's a piece of art almost.
Who's the man? Who's the god? Who's the creep that you've been dreaming of? Degenerated. Who's the ace? Who's the star? Who's the pig with that fat cigar? Degenerated.
2009 is the 20 years anniversary for Backyard Babies. Looking back on the 20 years, were there some moments that were the worst, or some that was pretty much exciting? Which were the best moments? Which were
I talked about something similar earlier today about that. The best stuff is that we always, you know, wanted to, you know, once we accomplished something, you know, okay, what we do next. We were already like 1 step ahead of planning the next step when we did, you know. So that's, I think, is one of the, you know, to get to another stage. It's one thing that they actually got to hold this band together for so long. But one weird thing is that, you know, business and money problems, you know, with managers and all the, you know, the whole major record company thing, which is now, which is finally dying, whatever, you know, has been like going through this band really a lot. And it's surprisingly, when you look back at it, that it didn't, you know, hurt the band or broke the band any more than it did, you know. So if there was any low points, it was that, but obviously we didn't hold this band together because of the money.
And now you are producing by your own label, is that right?
Yeah. Since the last album we did, that's why a little bit we can talk about why we called the album simply Backyard Babies, you know, because it felt as well as a little bit of a restart, not for the band when it comes to, you know, because now we handle everything more or less ourselves, you know, and are more in control of what we do. But I think that, you know, also like after this tour and this box, you know, for the first time for 20 years, we're gonna have, what should I say, like a well-deserved holiday for the first time, that we actually not gonna do any more tours. We don't know really how long the break is gonna be, because when you're in the middle of it, I think that, you know, I can understand, you know, like for example, between our first album, Diesel and Power, 94, and for example, Tool of 13, that was pretty much our breakthrough album, 98, we had a lot of time to get confused, you know, frustrated and angry, but we had actually time to reflect on, you know, what kind of songs we wanted to do and rehearse and stuff like that. And since we kind of broke through and been able to live from music and stuff, we've been constantly on tour. So it's been like touring, and then we've been writing, and then we've been recording, and then releasing a record, and then straight out on the road again. So we basically the last 10 years has been like that 24/7. And I think for Backyard Babies to, you know, to make that album, I know that Backyard Babies are a band. I mean, we've done 6 great albums, but I know that we are capable of doing one of those, what should I say, like classic albums that people will, you know, at a bit, I'm not saying more commercially, but I know that we are just as capable of it as Guns N' Roses did Appetite for Destruction, or that the Sex Pistols did Nevermind the Bollocks, you know. So I think that we needed some kind of, you know, air to breathe before start recording again.
Yeah.
Who's the man? Who's the god? Who's the creep that you've been dreaming of? Degenerated.
So right, in January in Europe at least, it's going to be released, the book. And there are some festivals, I guess, that you have on the plan for
No, it's a tour.
Helsinki concert.
It's just
There's
tour.
a tour coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tour in January, February.
And you already have some plans what's going to come after that tour? Next CD already maybe working on it?
It's a break that's going to start and it's going to stop.
And going to give
Yeah.
some stuff?
The break.
The break. That's good. But there are no plans for what's coming after the tour already yet.
No, the plan is to tour, which is, I mean, depending on how much we're going to talk about, we are right now getting into rehearsing, which is going to be rehearsing a lot up until when the tour starts. You know, so we are kind of as excited as I hope that the fans are, because we're going to dig up a lot of old songs that we haven't played or maybe never played, and you know, try to make the most interesting set for ourselves and for the fans. It's going to be a big party because this is a celebration. We are celebrating our 20 years career with this tour, you know, and this release.
So we gotta play stuff. That,
So
you know, some of the songs maybe we started to write when we were 15, 16 or something.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
So
a
the
lot of
set
fun.
list is going
But I would say, like, in the next plan, I don't think that there's going to be a Backyard Babies new album out before maybe, let's say, early 2011, maybe.
No, but that's okay. So let me say thank you for the short interview with you, for the band profiling. And
you.
let me wish you all the best and success for the book when it's coming out. I'm for sure going to get it.
Cool.
And a lot of success with the tour.
Thank you.
The last words probably to the readers and viewers of moremetal.com.
Yeah, you know, check out backyardbabies.com. All the tour dates is scheduled there, and you know, come to the shows and have a fun time with the Backyard Babies.
Who's the ace?